Yeah, hi everyone, welcome to Emsley Lodge for another week. Yeah, a bit of a funny sort of week this week. I don't know, I couldn't tell you the last time that we didn't have races for 3 days in a row. Yeah, it must be a historic week, I reckon, but because of the fires, with all the smoke, it was deemed unsafe for racing. So everybody just got to stay at home for a couple of days. We had quite a few horses in that sort of didn't get their chance to run, and a couple of horses we thought were real live chances, so they'll all have to go around somewhere next week. So probably the only runner we had of significance through the week was we took Ziggy to Flemington on Saturday, and he was very brave again. He sort of hit the front, sort of 200 to go, and just got run down late. I think he was beaten 0.3 of a length or something. So interesting horse, that horse. He's never been unplaced in town, so not too many horses can say that. But anyway, he's looks like he's going okay. He'll probably head off to Caulfield next Saturday in 2,000 metre open handicap. So you know he's what he's like. He's going to be around about the mark, isn't he? So he's probably one worthwhile to following next week. Okay, a few horses didn't get their chance to race last week, so they'll go around this week. The old boy Severn Road, he's been ticking over okay, just been trying to find the right race for him. So he'll go to Camperdown Cup Day Saturday, so he'll go there, and he'll bowl along up on the speed, no doubt, and he seems to be going okay. Certainly his track works all right, but he is an 11-year-old, so don't be expecting too much. But he's a lovely, sound, healthy horse, so he'll get his chances as sort of his go this time of year. Pantera Nera, he won up the bush the other day, then ran a really good third, and he goes to Camperdown on Saturday. Mile 0 to 58, that's his grade. He should bounce and sit in the first 3 or 4 and sort of get every chance. So really keen to sort of see him go around there. He's probably going to be a real live chance, I would think. Sistine Avenue, back to the 1,000 metres, we're going to ride him really aggressively early, put him into the race and see where we're at. Absolute crunch race for this horse. If he doesn't perform, he will probably have to need to go find a new home. But he certainly, I was a bit disappointed the other day. He sort of jumped out, drew a wide barrier, then went, so the jockey elected to go back on him, and then got to the half mile and went back out wide again, you know, and probably lost 3 or 4 lengths, and that's probably how far he got beaten. So I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. If we can draw a gate, he'll be half a chance. And the other runner is One Penny Red. Now, interesting horse. I need to get a race where they can run along and he can sort of sit handy and then make one sort of long move on him. He's sort of, his last 2 starts, he's been in behind him and absolutely travelling. And then when we let him go, he's been a tad bit one-paced. He's more of a horse that can sort of make a big long run and really wind up and be strong late. So hopefully Camperdown's the right track. I'd love him to draw sort of wide-ish, not the car park, but sort of 7 or 8 or something would be perfect, where he can sort of sit sort of 2 or 3 off the fence and then really wind into it on the corner and make a big long sustained run. And if he does get that chance, he'll be all over this sort of grade. He's a better than this grade horse, but just the cards just aren't falling for him at the moment, so he just needs things to go right for him. Sunday Werribee, geez, Werribee's copping a bashing lately, all these meetings getting transferred there. Young Douro, now he won really well first up. I had him in the other day and I just wasn't all that happy with him. His blood count was poor and his horse's track work wasn't up to scratch to what he normally is. We've changed a few things with him, treated him, and I galloped him on Thursday morning and he worked up fantastic. So he looks like he's ready to go back to the races, so he'll head off to Werribee on Sunday. Okay, then Sandown on Wednesday, and I'm going to try and get Minyinga into there's a nice little mares race there for her, which should just fit. Was really good first up, was probably a little bit aggressive, still went okay second up, and I thought third up she still went okay, just the race just didn't pan out all that well for her. So fourth up, she should be spot on, galloped up great yesterday. I'll give her do a bit of work with her on Saturday morning and send her to the races absolutely cherry ripe for Wednesday, and gives her a chance to sort of be really competitive in a city grade race. That'll probably tell me where I'm at with her and whether I step her up in distance or keep her at that sort of distance. Last time in, she was really competitive in this sort of grade in distance, so expecting her to go really well on Wednesday at Sandown.
G'day guys, welcome to Around the Stables. Today we've brought a couple of mares in to have their final scan, Curcurita and They Call Me Bolt, and fortunately enough they are both in foal. As you can see on the scan, there's a little fetus growing inside. This is Curcurita, the scan, which is really exciting. It's always good to see a new life, and hopefully in next spring we'll see a couple of ripping foals out of these 2 mares.
Hello everyone, I'm Mike Palmer, the breeder and pot owner of Lorenzetti, my little pocket rocket who's behind me here. And I don't know why, but I've been rewarded with being the guest tipster for this week. Okay. So my tips are at Flemington on Saturday. Race 6, horse 8, Fabric is my best bet. Coming down in grade from her last run, first up Danny O'Brien training and Craig Williams riding, should be a good combination. And my value bet is race 4, horse 3, Viscosity, Savabeel filly who won a maiden last time up and is out and is jumping up to 2,000 metres from 1,600. Normally it's hard for horses to win their maiden then another race, but I think she's got a lot of potential. So those are the two runners, Fabric and Viscosity. Good luck.
That's it for another look at Emsley Lodge. Thanks for watching. Yeah, a bit spewing this week that a couple of those horses didn't get to race. I thought a couple of real good chances, but they'll have to wait till next week. Just got to try and find a race for them. What else we got? Don't forget our Pink Angels race day is next weekend on Australia Day. So there's only, I think there's about 230 people going now. So it's a really good function. If anyone wants to come along, by all means, contact the race club or Janet. And there's still a few seats there. What else is happening? I'm going over to New Zealand next week, straight after Pink Angels race day. We'll fly to New Zealand. There's a couple of really nice sort of young horses we're looking at maybe purchasing over there, so always good buying in New Zealand. I'd really target the main sale. Normally the second sale is I can always buy a really nice horse there, really good value. So if you're interested in anything there, by all means send us an email. I'll let you know the horses we're sort of going to be looking at. Other than that, we're still very, very busy here. Trialled a couple of 2-year-olds through the week that trialled up okay, just jumped out of the barriers and then we sort of eased them up, so they'll all go to the paddock and come back in and race during the winter. That's about it, I suppose, but yeah, hopefully a couple of nice horses racing this week and sort of certainly towards the end of next week they'll probably get their chance. So then, till next week, see you later.
Or hopefully in foal. The first one is... so hopefully in the change it.
Should have a good month, I think. A couple of nice horses going well. That's terrible.